Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, as you see what's going on a lovely island of Fawnhallow today, as we'll be relaxing as per usual. This is just sort of a pre-D&D session recording. What's going to happen with D&D session? I kind of know. I also kind of don't super know, to be honest. I have like a vague idea of what's happening. But I think it's also pretty lax as far as things go. I have, there is one more thing I need to do, but I also, that'll probably not take that long. So, hello everyone, right now in Fawnhallow at 6:15 PM on Monday, August 17th, 2026. Yeah, I don't know what to talk about today. D&D is still continuing on as usual. There were discussions, and I reached out to all my players to raise a discussion, and there were, I think, valid points brought up by some. Some people were just like, yeah, cool. Some people were like, interesting, but I'm concerned about X, Y, Z, and that's you're like Quaxley or something like that. Oh, Quilson, that's it. So yeah, I mean, the things which are happening are probably not going to happen anytime soon. Unless everyone was like, yeah, let's do it, and then I'll be like, okay, fine, we'll make it work. But I think you and Nana, understandably, people were like, what's this going to mean? And the answer is, I don't really know what that's going to mean. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I was thinking about, I brought up the possibility of some of my players swapping around which campaigns are in. So then everyone who likes a certain style will be together. You are Bianca or Blair or something? Hold on, I know your name. It's not Blair. Blair's a squirrel. It's not. I don't think it's Bianca. That sounds like a cat to me. But maybe it is Bianca. Blanche. I was like, it's something to do with white. But yeah, I don't know. Is this gonna happen? Maybe. Like, I think it really depends on a lot of things, because I'm not gonna do it unless everyone is happy with it. It's kind of the main thing. And yeah, I mean that's a sense of a be all end all. And you might be like, that seems like a pretty strict requirement. Well, I am the DM, so I get to choose the requirement in the end of the day. Because, I mean, it would be a lot of effort otherwise to change it. And I don't want to put that much effort to be like, okay, I'm going to change it all, and then, people see no benefit from it, essentially, That's kind of how most things go in life, You don't want to put a lot of effort in and just be like, there's no reason to do this. Unless doing the thing itself gives you joy, in which case there is reason to do things, but that's not how every situation works. But my word, there's a lot of weeds which we never really cleared up. There are things which you should do, of course, in life for functional purposes and stuff, but there are some things, while maybe the end result is something which probably could be better, or, maybe reframed, if you had done it like ages ago, it would be better. But sometimes, systems are in place and get grandfathered and created in, and it takes a lot of effort to change these sort of systems. It's kind of like why technology, I mean, one big one I think is like in the UK, healthcare systems I think run on very, very old like computing systems, because they've just never been upgraded, and there's no need to, because if it works, then why bother upgrading it? Why bother going through all that effort to upgrade it when how much benefit would you get? It depends on the situation. But also at the same time, it's like, that's a lot of things which you need to upgrade, and it's not exactly a smooth process. Like, updating something, like, as a system, I mean, it kind of depends what you're talking about, I suppose, but, like, for example, like, updating something from one older tech stack to some very new tech stack can take years to do so. It's not as easy as it will just sort of happen just like that. Some of these things are very, very large-scale projects, and I don't mean to sort of liken this D&D campaign to like a very work-orientated like business sort of project or anything like that. But I mean, things like that take work. That things don't just happen boom immediately like that. Things take a lot of careful decisions. I mean, anything you do, really, especially if it starts involving other people, takes a lot of careful decisions. You gotta weigh balances up, you gotta listen to other people's opinions, because presumably you respect their opinion. If you don't, then I'm not sure what you're doing. And then you gotta make a final call once you have all the information. Sometimes you also never get all the information, and you start to make a final call anyway. what do you do at that point? My advice is I suppose you just gotta make a best call with the information you have, to be honest. And sometimes it'll be wrong, sometimes it'll be right. That's just how it goes. So it's getting like weirdly philosophical. It's kind of if anything, this is kind of getting like a business management, like trainee, inspiring like lecture, speech or something. I didn't mean to turn it into that. It was just something to think about. Well, I'd been thinking about in my mind recently, because that's kind of like the main topic of discussion. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. If I had to make a prediction, I can see it happening both ways, but I think the amount of effort it might take to actually change everything might be too much of a disturbance in the end for it to be worth it. I can see maybe some sort of minor consequences happening. I'm not particularly convinced that like any major things, like there's so many different ways things could happen. This could happen, so I cannot give you any sort of guarantee. Where are we even putting this Lily of the Valley? I guess I'll putting it here. We're really getting like way too many Lily of the Valleys now at this point, aren't we? Just to make sure it doesn't get put in the corner, we'll put it here. Like, it started out just being a 1 wide thing, and now it's literally a 5 wide path of Lily of the Valleys. What are we going to do with all these Lily of the Valleys? We're going to start like selling them or something at this point. But yeah. So I probably won't keep this episode going on too long. I don't really have much else to say, regardless. I started building my aces in Uma Musume, I suppose. I have a passable Gold City. I have a passable Tosin Jordan. I do not have a passable Majoro Palmer yet. But that's because I haven't got a thing where it's procced mile yet. Surprised how rarely it seems to happen. Do I think I'm going to win the next Champions Meet? No, I just hope I make it to the finals with this very strange build. It would just take a lot of runs to actually get good thing going, because the build I need is runaway 2 lates, which means the lates need to have quite high wit, to be honest, but the lates are also bringing along a power card as a flex card, so it's like dropping speed, so I need to train speed more instead of wit, and it's like, oh, what's going on? I don't know. But yeah. I don't know. I'll make him and then we'll see how it works in practice rooms. If it really ends up being catastrophic, then Majoro Palmer's getting swapped out for Saiyan Sky plus another frontrunner. I don't know which one I would do, to be honest. No, I could do the Bourbon. Or maybe I just do regular Majoro Palmer. That might be not run away. I don't know. Anywho. What are we talking about? Upper gacha stuff? Nothing particularly interesting, I don't think. Yeah, this is kind of... We're just kind of sort of vibing at the moment, right? What's my stomach pain levels at right now? It's at mild discomfort, I would say. Again, I think a lot of things come from cross-contamination, or maybe there's something else I am also allergic to or something, which I'm intolerant to, which I've yet to decide. No results back from the blood test, so we'll find out. Possibly, I'm just dehydrated as well. I can't believe how warm it still is, to be honest. Here in the UK, I thought that when summertime has passed, that'll be an absolutely delightful thing for requiring celebration, I think. What? That's not the weather app. What temperature is it right now? 25, 26. Feels like it shouldn't be as hot as it actually still feels, but so be it. I also don't know why, but my phone Wi-Fi is not working at the moment for some reason. I don't know why. It's a big question mark. Oh well. Sorry about that little bit of a pause as we continue onwards. So we've got about 10 minutes. I wonder if I should... This is a thing that you always got to think about when you do D&D. It's like, how far in advance do you need to actually, like... How many things in the future do I need to prepare? I can't even speak today. Like, this is a brain fog is kicking in, and I'm a slight stomachache, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm surviving. But it's like, how many things do I actually need to prepped. Like, do I need to do everything? No, probably not. That's like probably a little bit excessive, but I should do something, right? Because it's like, what happens if I blast through what I was already planning? And it's kind of like, well, I think it's pretty conceivable because I'm looking at it now. I don't actually think there's that much here. So I wonder if I should prepare for the next ring. It's a tough thing because I'm going to be really heavily improvising if I do make it to the next ring anyway. I don't know, I've only got like 10 minutes though. So, okay, you know what? Let's do it. Well, I basically just need to find artwork for it. Which is basically an evil looking, something like this. Okay. Sometimes it's very easy to find the things you want, and sometimes it's incredibly difficult. So I think this is actually pretty good. What? I don't want to say what I'm looking for because it might give it away. I don't know if I don't think my players are necessarily watching this one. But this is a good one. Where is this even from? I don't know. Is that... Oh my god. My brain is like completely gone. I mean, it happens, you know, sometimes you just... It's what brain fog does. What do you mean you cannot search this? Search this. Google? What? Don't ask it to your AI? I want this in a higher resolution. It's a teeny tiny resolution right now. I think this is from a movie. Oh, it is from a movie, I see. Exact matches, come on. Racing is so tiny. Okay, there we go. 2048, that's pretty big. Where doth thou is this? I mean, I'm literally on my... Oh, here we go. Is it on this one? That's a pretty good one. Okay. Oh, someone did a drawing of this one. Well, that's quite helpful for me. Okay, there we go. So this is a peek behind the curtain. What am I doing? I'm gonna go into my folder. I find where this place is. It should be in my folder. Put it in here. Then I'll call it. I'm not sure if it has. I'm pretty sure I gave this place a name before, but I'm not actually sure if I wrote it down. I'd probably see. This is what you'd make notes for. So probably, I think I improvised a name for this one. Ah, okay. I did give it a name. Never mind. I just didn't have it in my notes. Well, I did have it in my notes. Sorry, it just wasn't in the forefront of my knowledge. Because you know, whenever your D&D world gets big enough, and this is a D&D world which is very... Oh my god, that's not where it is. What am I doing? Very much big enough. You know, it's quite difficult to remember every single NPC name, every single landmark, every single scene, every single location. But there we go. This one does in fact have a name. And I will... did I hope I made a thing for that. Okay, I probably should do this afterwards. I can do this then. You know what, I'll cut off this episode a little bit early. What do we even talk about today? I don't remember anymore. Just sort of like... decisions, I suppose. That's just kind of how it is. So, yeah, I'm gonna round this episode off here. Sorry, I've got way too much brain fog at the moment. I don't know how D&D is gonna work, but we'll survive. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.